the scientific technique of giving birth to a boy and a girl. Recently, scientific technology has been invented to give birth to a boy or girl by natural law. Many people have tried to give birth to a son using this technology and have been successful. This scientific technology has been invented in our country, and it has been invented by the Professor Faizul Mustafa. He did his MPhil from Jahannagar University. He was able to overcome the limitations of the theory of the father of genetics, Johann Gregor Mendel. He corrected this by saying that a boy or a girl is born not because of two chromosomes, but because of the fusion of the sperm nucleus and the egg nucleus. He invented the technique of fertilizing the egg nucleus with the nucleus of Venus, and the result will be a baby girl. Again, he invented the technique of fertilizing the nucleus of Venus with the nucleus of the egg. As a result, a child will be born. According to him, if he wants to give birth to a boy 2 days after ovulation, usually on the 15th and or 16th day of the menstrual cycle. If you want to give birth to a girl again 2 days before the ovulation, usually on the 11th and or 12th day of the menstrual cycle, he observed with the divine eye, enlightened by the intellect. A girl is not born at the same time as a boy. Again, when a girl is born, a boy is not born. So, he identified the time before the child was born, and they are talking about taking part in the birth process at that time to give birth to a son. It is the 15th or 16th day of the menstrual cycle. Ovulation usually occurs 2 days before ovulation. Again, he also identified the time at which the female child is born, and they are talking about taking part in the birth process at the time of giving birth to a daughter. It is the 11th or 12th day of the menstrual cycle. Ovulation usually occurs 2 days before, later. Again, you can arrange the mixing of the vaporized liquid of the vaporized nucleus with the vaporized liquid of the previous boiling egg nucleus immediately, or you can suggest the technique and technology of application. It will be a boy. Again, you can arrange for the mixing of the vaporized liquid of the boiling egg nucleus with the vaporized liquid of the previously deposited Venus nucleus indicates the technique or technology of the application. It will be a girl side. Again, explain the technique or technique of fertilizing certain sperm nucleus with implanted egg nucleus. It will be a boy. Again, describe the technique of fertilizing the compressed egg nucleus with implanted sperm nucleus. It will be a girl child. These 3 events are able to control or take action according to his will. As a result, it is possible to give birth to a child if you wish. It also possible to give birth to a girl if you want again. The scientific method of weaving technology. He observed the natural law. Usually, an egg is released on the 14th day of the menstrual cycle. This is called ovulation, but it can happen 2 or 3 days before that. From the 11th day to the 17th day of the menstrual cycle, there is a period of fertilization or embryo formation. Ovulation can also occur on the 12th or 13th day or the menstrual cycle if the birth occurs on the 11th or 12th day of the menstrual cycle. When the egg boils on the 12th or 13th day of the menstrual cycle, the egg nucleus is immediately fully hydrated, shrunk, or swallowed. 2 or 1 days before this time, the ejected venous nucleus becomes fully hydrated, inflated, or exploding. Venous nuclei are capable of living or fertilizing for about 40 hours to being deposited. In such a case, the nucleus will explode, the fluid inside the egg exists into the cytoplasm. All those characteristics that are present in the liquid will become hidden or insignificant. They are going to die, but he will take part in the action. The nucleus will no longer be able to regenerate. His chromosomes or male sex characteristics will be disappear by becoming hidden or insignificant. The child of the opposite sex will be a girl. Then the nucleus venous consumes the liquid that comes out of the nucleus. It will be destroyed. A void will be created within it. In that embryo, its chromosome of female sex characteristics will be expressed in the dominant form, will be replaced. In the embryo, the egg nucleus will come to life in a new form. The child born to her will be a girl. So to give birth to a girl, she said to take part in the birth process on the 11th and 12th day of the menstrual cycle. Scientific formula for giving birth to a boy. The ovum nucleus is fully hydrated, inflated, or blasted on the 15th or 16th day of the menstrual cycle as ovulation occurs 2 or 1 days before. The sperm nucleus, which is then expelled in the productive process, immediately reaches the egg nucleus, so that the sperm nucleus is completely hydrated, shrunk, or swallowed. In this case, if the birth takes place on the 15th or 16th day of the menstrual cycle, then during the period of fertilization, the nucleus will be exploded. The fluid inside the egg exists into the cytoplasm. All those characteristics that are present in the liquid will become hidden or insignificant. They will be dead, but he will take part in the action. The egg nucleus will no longer have a chance to regenerate. Her X chromosome or female sex characteristics will be hidden or insignificant or will disappear. The child of the opposite sex will be a boy. Then the nucleus. The egg consumes the liquid that comes out of the nucleus. It will be destroyed. A void will be created within it. In that embryo, his chromosome or male sex characteristics will be expressed in the dominant or dominant form will be replaced. In that embryo, the nucleus of Venus will get life in a new form. The child born to him will be a son of the same sex. Description and analysis of the scientific method. He imagines fertilization does not happen by the union of the sperm and egg only. Fertilization takes place in a mixture of the seminal fluid inside the sperm nucleus and the egg nucleus. Sperm does not fertilize. The egg is not fertilized. Fertilize any one of the sperm nucleus and the egg nucleus. Sometimes the sperm fertilizes and nucleus fertilizes the nucleus and the egg fertilizes the nucleus. Sometimes the egg nuclei fertilize and the sperm nuclei fertilize. The one that deposits remains implement, it becomes loose or sticky, becomes insignificant, is not disclosed. What a fertilize is shrunk, it's getting serious, preferably it manifests itself, is replaced, a void is created within it. She gets a new life, which shows her gender. Fertilization occurs in the egg cytoplasm. There is a nucleus in the cell. I call it the nucleus. There is also a nucleus in the egg cell, which is called the egg nucleus. The nucleus of Venus has 23 chromosomes. There are many genes in chromosomes. These genes have a diverse set of characteristics, such as characteristics of the male sex, psychological characteristics of men, characteristics of men, nature of men, behavioral characteristics of men, characteristics of a man. It's like juice or jelly. This liquid is collectively called the sperm nucleoplasm. I say liquid. In the same way, there is also a nucleus in the egg cell, which is called the egg nucleus. The nucleus of the egg contains 23 chromosomes. All of these chromosomes contain different genes. These genes have a diverse set of biological characteristics, such as characteristics of the female sex, psychological characteristics of women, characteristics of women, nature of women, behavioral characteristics of women, characteristics of a woman. It's like juice or jelly. Together they are called nucleoplasm. I say liquid. The sperm nucleus and the egg nucleus are enclosed in different walls. This wall is at the same time elastic and osmotic. At the moment of creation, the nucleus of the Venus and the nucleus of the egg are in a hydraulically compressed and swallowed state. Later, within a day or two, they become hydrated, inflamed, and explode. Inside the nucleus of the egg are chromosomes or female sex characteristics. The sperm nucleus contains chromosomes or male sex characteristics. When the sperm nucleus is fertilized, the child is a boy. When the nucleus is the egg is fertilized, the child becomes a girl. The sperm nucleus and the egg nucleus during fertilization, one is in a hydrated, inflamed, or explosive state. The other is hydrated, shrunken, or swallowed. If the nucleus is hydrated, the egg nucleus is hydrated. If the egg nucleus is hydrated, the sperm nucleus is hydrated. Both are hydrated or both are hydrated and do not swell or shrunk. It is a self-composed rule, automatic event. He wrote a book about it. A detailed explanation is provided. You can call or email to order the book. Phone 0162040806. Email bidyakarfm@gmail.com. ধন্যবাদ।